The New Magdalen is a novel written by Wilkie Collins in 1873. Wilkie Collins was an English novelist and playwright born on 8th January 1824. His family lived in a house on New Cavendish Street, London, England. He is especially known for The Woman in White and for The Moonstone. The Moonstone is a novel often called the first modern detective novel. Wilkie Collins is the master of Victorian mystery and sensation fiction. The New Magdalen is a novel set during and after the Franco-Prussian War. In this war, Mercy Merrick is working as a nurse. Mercy Merrick is a young English woman. She is poor and thus a social outcast. She does not like this but cannot do anything about it. People label her a fallen woman. Mercy Merrick has lost all hope of happiness and respectability. Grace Roseberry is a gentle and virtuous English lady. Grace is engaged to Julian Gray. Julian Gray is a wealthy and honorable man. Mercy is working as a nurse to the wounded during the war. At that time she meets Grace Roseberry. Then Grace falls ill and dies suddenly. Mercy is poor and a social outcast. She is desperate. When she finds out that Grace Roseberry has died, Mercy assumes Grace's identity out of desperation. Mercy takes up Grace's name and returns to England. In England, everyone thinks that it is Grace. She is welcomed everywhere she goes. She meets Julian Gray and becomes engaged to him. Mercy's deception is working. Mercy is pleased. She has suffered due to poverty all her life. She is a social outcast. This is how Mercy justifies her impersonation of Grace Roseberry. But later on, Mercy's conscience torments her. She starts loving Julian Gray in a genuine manner, but she knows that she is living a lie. This situation becomes difficult to bear. Then Mr. Horace Holmcraft arrives. Mr. Horace Holmcraft is a rigid and strict clergyman. Mr. Horace Holmcraft meets Mercy and becomes suspicious. He suspects that Mercy is hiding her past. He wants to expose Mercy. His aim is not kindness towards Julian or to reveal the truth. Rather, he wants to expose Mercy because Horace is a cruel and proud man. Thus, Mercy is exposed. She then confesses the truth to Julian Gray. Julian rejects her love. He thinks that Mercy has committed an unforgivable deception. Mercy is disgraced and cast out of society again, but this time she does not become desperate. She becomes an honest, humble, and self sacrificing woman. She helps others rather than seeking personal happiness. In this novel, Wilkie Collins criticizes Victorian morality. What Mercy did was wrong but human, but society showed a complete lack of compassion. Mercy achieved moral redemption through courage, truth, and genuine repentance. Collins shows social hypocrisy and the cruelty of moral judgment. He compares compassion versus self righteousness in society. He also shows the injustice faced by fallen women in society. Society's rigid moral judgments condemn the vulnerable people more harshly than the truly guilty ones. Redemption and moral worth come from compassion, repentance, and inner change rather than social respectability. This novel criticizes hypocrisy. It urges people to value mercy and understanding over cold moral absolution. The traveler's story of a terribly strange bed. The Traveler's Story of a Terribly Strange Bed is a short story also written by Wilkie Collins. This short story is included in Wilkie Collins' book After Dark, published in 1856. The short stories in After Dark are linked by a frame narrative called Leaves from Leah's Diary. A young Englishman is traveling alone through Paris. He is bored. While walking along a street, he spots a gambling house. He is curious, so he enters. He gambles quite a bit and loses all his money. He is humiliated. Late at night, he leaves the gambling house. He is exhausted and penniless. He looks for a place to sleep. He finds a cheap hotel. He is assigned a room. In the room, there is a large, old fashioned four-poster bed. He is very tired, so he falls asleep immediately. In the middle of the night, he suddenly wakes up. He gets a strange feeling. Is it something supernatural? Is the bed moving? The heavy wooden canopy of the bed above him is slowly descending. He is horrified. The bed is a mechanical death trap. This bed crushes people sleeping in it. He panics, then calms himself. He examines the mechanism in the dark. The canopy is lowered by a hidden system of weights and pulleys. A person in another room controls this mechanism. That person is trying to murder him. The young man used all his strength and intellect. He wedged his body against the sides of the bed. He just barely managed to stop the bed's canopy from crushing him. He remained trapped for hours. He was exhausted and terrified. He waited in this manner for daylight so that someone would come to his aid. When morning came, the bed's mechanism stopped straining against him. He shouted out aloud. The hotel staff came. The bed was dismantled. The crime was exposed. Criminals used the bed to murder unsuspecting guests in the middle of the night. Then they robbed the guests and disposed their bodies. Nobody got suspicious. The young Englishman was horrified. He had barely escaped death. He left Paris. He was now a more cautious man. The message conveyed in this novel is that curiosity and recklessness invite danger. Gambling dens and cheap lodgings can be dangerous places. Collins warns that careless choices, especially in unfamiliar places, can be deadly. Evil is human, not supernatural. Evil comes from ordinary people who practice cruelty for profit. Human greed and ingenuity can be more horrific than supernatural forces. Intelligence and self control are the tools for survival as exhibited by the young Englishman. He used calm reasoning under extreme fear. He had presence of mind and rational thought and did not panic. Civilization can hide barbarity. Paris is a refined modern city, yet calculated murder was planned there. Crime thrives behind respectable appearances even in advanced societies. Chance favors the alert, not the foolish. Recognize danger quickly and respond wisely, and you will survive. Be vigilant. Danger often comes silently without warning.